What's up, everybody? You're listening to Lyle's Movie Files. I am Jeffrey Lyles. Joining me at this time right now is the main man, Javon King. What's up with you, man?
Man, I'm great, sir. How's everybody? How are you, Jeff? How are you, Jason? I hope everybody's doing well, man. Let's get this thing going.
Stepped all over the thunder there. I mean, you just
That's
like
what I
cut
do. I'm
ahead of
Thor.
line
I'm
and
the
like, hey,
thunder
hey,
god.
here's me.
I'm
Jeez,
the
okay.
thunder god, Thor.
And also joining me tonight is little brother Jace. What's up with you?
Nothing much. Time to get ready for some grade A podcasting. Yow.
Top shelf.
Well, well, since Javon tried to take claim of the title, and since there's going to be a vacancy soon, let's start off with the first bit of news this week. Chris Hemsworth is going to be starring in a biopic that's going to be a Netflix original on the early days in life of one Terry Bollea, aka Hulk Hogan. Now, fellas, this is an interesting biopic because normally we wait until the guy's long, a shell of himself, battered down, kind of barely remembers his name, or dead, or is in the midst of a career renaissance. None of those hold true for Hulk Hogan. So, and in fact, he's starting to dip his toes back into the water in the WWE after that whole recording leaked and the sex tape with his best friend, none of which will be covered in this movie, which is instead going to be a American hero story, pun intended, on Terry's rise to fame in his early days as a thriving young wrestler before becoming the end all be all of wrestling. So, fellas, what do you think about this?
Jason?
I I think I think that's a cool idea. I don't. It's interesting that they're doing a biopic on Netflix. So I'd like to see how they tackle that project. I don't know who the director is or anything like that, but I'm intrigued. I think Hogan kind of needs that a new shiny coat after that tape came out, because I mean, as much as like kind of how we talk about like somebody says something one time or something like that, you kind of need to say, all right, that's not who I am. Let me show you who I really am in movie form. So I think that it should be a good chance to get some young actors in there other than Chris Hemsworth playing some of the AWA guys. That'll be cool. Uh, Maybe have some Road Warriors or something like that. A Mean Gene. So it'll be fun. Do we know what year it's coming out?
It's in the early works, but when you got a guy like Chris Hemsworth, Todd Phillips, who directed the Hangover series, is going to be the director for it. It's got enough clout that I don't think it's going to take. It's not going to be stuck in development limbo for 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
I would assume we'll probably see this around 2021, maybe 2022. But Netflix is desperate for content right now, and I don't think it's going to take long. I mean, it's a wrestling movie, so I don't think they're going to need to worry about any special CGI. So it shouldn't be a very expensive film to make outside of maybe recreating the arenas like Madison Square Garden. If they can't borrow that for the movie. But my main question is, who are they going to get to be Andre the Giant,
Exactly.
or like who is tall? Because the guy who plays the Mountain in Game of Thrones doesn't look at all like Andre, and it may just be a case of this guy is the only tall person, so we're gonna have to go with him.
You could
You
use
can
a
do
guy.
a cast call.
Yeah, there's some big
But could anyone act on the level of Andre the Giant?
Let's say this: you could do Paul. You could do Paul White.
He doesn't look anything like him.
Okay, you put a wig on him.
And a prosthetic nose.
I mean, you can work around certain aspects. I think, like I said, Javon said, like a good makeup job, you could do that. The big MMA fighter dude, nah, but he's too cut. You kind of need somebody who's tall, intimidating, but not in shape. So you couldn't.
Sort of doughy.
Yeah. So I'm sure there's some casting call you could throw out there and get some guys like that.
And
Somebody, a good Roddy Piper. I'd like to see who they
that'll be
pull
a
out for
hard
him.
one to cast. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they may get creative in regards to. I think they may have to get creative in regards to like Andre, where you show some real footage of them, like for the wrestling bits, but off camera stuff, you may have to get somebody who can portray Andre enough to where you can kind of suspend disbelief that that's not Andre the Giant or looks nothing like Andre the Giant. You know what I mean?
Is Chris Hemsworth tall? I mean,
Not as tall as Hulk Hogan, of course.
yeah. I mean, I don't think he's like
6'7", 6. Yeah, he's not even 6'4", I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, Hogan was billed as 6'8", and that doesn't necessarily mean much.
But it's not like he was 6'3". You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find out these details for you now, fellas. He's 6'2".
Okay, then that's
and you can lift him up, and you can put smaller people around him to accentuate that height.
Tom Cruise.
And, yeah, exactly.
Well, this is reverse Tom Cruise. Well, no, I'm sorry, but like you have enough guys who are going to work with him. They're going to be like 5'8", 5'9", so he'll still have that intimidation.
You put that bug in my ear. I could almost see Tom Cruise being Roddy Piper. He can go nuts and crazy. He can jump on some couches. I mean, I could almost see that. This is way too low for him, but man, I could actually see him doing that. Gunner, what's up, man? We're talking about the Hulk Hogan biopic with Chris Hemsworth coming to Netflix. We're trying to who the heck is going to be in this movie. I want to know who's going to be the Junkyard Dog, who's going to be Hillbilly Jim, and Macho Man.
I want to know who's going to be Superfly. Yeah, I want.
They probably won't have Superfly.
Why not? That would be like a total Don Cheadle type of character.
Superfly kind of has a murder. Like he just recently died, but he's
hold up, man. Who is like?
Still put him in.
Who's ripping paper on us?
Not me.
Okay, I know it's not you. It must be Javon. Are you flipping drinks over there?
No, I'm actually sitting still.
Unbelievable. All right, go ahead.
No, what I was gonna say is like he might not be in there because of that. You don't want to dig up old wounds, so you might not see a Superfly. But like I'm really hoping they can actually secure the license of all these people.
Hey, Jace, turn your radio down.
Jeff, I don't have any.
You've got an echo.
I don't know how.
Either. Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm hoping they can actually secure all the licenses of the families. And, yeah. Hey, that'd be a nice paycheck for them now.
Now, the real question is because I know that Hogan and Eric Bischoff are producing it, but the real question is, will the WWE sign off on this, and will they do the WWF or WWE logo? Because I think they need a lot of hand-holding in partnership with WWE to make this work. Otherwise, it's just going to be random ring. Hey, here's Hulk Hogan in WCW back in 1990 or 1985.
That's going to be a difficult part too, because we know Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania from the WWF era. And you're going to have that licensing where you can put WWF to me, because it's going to look crazy to see WWE. You're going to get taken totally out of the movie if you see that. It's like if you're shooting, to me, that would be like if you're shooting a period piece from the 1970s and a Tesla rides by in one of the scenes. Like, seriously, no, that's not going to work. So they're going to have that buy-in. You're going to need a lot of licensing from the WWF from that era. Like
I Am a Real American theme song.
Right. Hot Rod, Roddy Piper. You know what I mean? You're going to need all that. You're going to need all that.
Because otherwise, there's no point. And are we going to see Chris Hemsworth, Hulk Hogan, saying his prayers with his vitamins? With the steroids? I mean, vitamins?
Hey, vitamins. Those are vitamins, okay?
Vitamins,
yeah, I'm probably sure if they're going to do a biopic, they kind of have to touch on that.
Yeah.
You think, but Hogan's one of the producers. And I'm always kind of leery when the people involved, the subject, are too closely into the production of the film.
Gloss over.
Because we need warts in a Hogan biopic. Otherwise, there's no point.
Right. I mean, the thing is, like, a lot of the guys that don't are like they knew Hogan. They're like kind of like, hey, there's like I said, there's some bad stuff about the dude. He's like, as awesome as he was for wrestling, he's kind of insecure, which basically is why that the tape came out. It's like he says some stuff that's like really shows he's an insecure person. So it's like, but I don't think Hogan's gonna put that in his own biopic. He's like, no, I'm awesome.
Oh, it's his biopic, and he's just picking the stars and stuff. I missed that. Okay.
No, Chris Hemsworth is he's working on it, and Hogan and his best friend from WCW, Eric Bischoff, are producing or some of the producers of the film. And the problem, of course, is hey. This is my movie, and I'm kind of in the headlines still for bad stuff. So if you could make me look awesome, that would be great. And I think it's gonna be a really crappy movie if all we get is that. If I had this movie to make, I would open it with the sex tape, like him waking up. Oh my gosh, I slept with my best friend, and let me go off on black people, and then fast forward to the tape getting leaked out, and him going, "What the heck happened? How did this happen to the Hulkster brother?" And then we get a long flashback. I think that's how you start it.
Where do you end his movie, Jeff?
I don't know. With his triumphant return to the WWE Blood Money show in Saudi Arabia. Wait, that's probably not good.
That's not a good look. No.
When he picked up the 900-pound Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. No. When he goes on the stands, and testifies that Vince McMahon and him did steroids.
Whoa. Okay, we're gonna need to make this a little not as grimy as Hogan really could be.
Well, I mean, I think that's true for most wrestlers, honestly. I think what you'd probably do, because they're trying to focus on his early years, and if you do that, you stop before he goes to WCW, because that could be like a whole different movie. I mean, we could really have a trilogy of Hulk Hogan movies if it was not Netflix. And he was like revered still. Before the sex tape.
You know what? That's probably how you end it.
I don't think so. I think you have him at WrestleMania 3. I think that's the end point. I think that's the peak of his triumphant early run in WWF. And you ended there.
That's after Rocky 2, right?
Rocky 3. Okay. No. Rocky 3 is when he's still in the AWA. Okay. And Vern Gagne doesn't realize, hey, I've got this guy who is going to set everything on fire. I'm not going to put the world title on him. And yeah, I think everything's going to work out just fine. But it doesn't. And so then Vince is like, hey, dude, you want to come over to my promotion? I'll make you the big star and we'll make a lot of money together. And Hulk goes, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I think if you ended at WrestleMania 3, that goes through his journey, learning to watching superstar Billy Graham, studying his style, mastering it, and doing his thing. So yeah, that's how I did that movie. WrestleMania 3.
As you just recently watched wrestling from, let's say, 1975 through almost 87. Have you talked to them and actually said, I am available as a consultant?
I would be happy to advise this movie. I will hang out with Thor and tell him exactly how to do it. Don't listen to Eric Bischoff and Hogan because they have a different idea on how Hogan's life should be portrayed. But I think if it's a real fluff piece, I think it's going to be a disservice to people who would watch it, hoping for some vulnerability and some truth behind the facade that he and Vince McMahon created with this great American superhero. Which was great for the 80s.
That's all we're going to get.
I know.
That's all we're going to get.
Yeah. The good thing is, you can actually partner this up really well for like the next season of Glow. And like basically when Glow is finished up, like next season, you have this one come on right behind it. Kind of pro wrestling little month or two.
Wrestling with shadows. Okay. Yeah, so lots of things they could do with that. We will see.
I think they needed to go dark, man. I mean, look what they did with the James Brown joint that, did fine. I'm like, gotta show the whole thing. They started off with that Bama on crack. Like,
exactly. I mean, you gotta show some warts. Especially, like for me, I didn't need to watch 3 hours of Ali showing him running around with all these different women. Like, I didn't care. And same deal with Ray. I could care less who he was sleeping with. Like, that wasn't interesting to me. I wanted to know, like, the process of music.
I was going to say, which Ali? There was like 5 movies about Muhammad Ali.
The one with Will Smith. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ali.
like,
that long, like, torturous 3-hour ordeal.
I liked it. Well, okay. I liked how it ended finally.
It had a great ending. But, man, I like how you had to work for it.
Right. Yeah, that was.
But I like how they touched on. Yeah, but I like how they touched on the relationship between him and Howard Cosell enough. I think there was another movie that did it better. And then that, his just relationship with all the other people in his corner. I thought that was interesting because it's not really shown on screen as much.
What about the wives? Because I noticed you're not talking about the wives, which is what that movie spent so much time on.
I'm getting out of time.
Like, you have to read. When I said, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, let me get there. Damn. So, I like how it touched on that. Like, honestly, I mean, you got to I want to look at the whole picture. And, being a fan and being a son of a huge fan, I wanted to see the whole thing, the whole story. That's the guy I mean.
All right. Good deal. All right. So, Javon, you were talking about this show that you just started watching on Netflix. Because, like, we're going to just run with a Netflix half hour or 45 minutes. So tell us about what you've been watching lately.
Umbrella Academy. It's new on Netflix. I really started watching this because there was a lot of stuff in my queue that I was like, whatever. And I tuned in the first 2 episodes. Not to give away too much, but based on a comic, it's more or less graphic novel than comic, right? If I'm not mistaken. It's a little research that I did.
I actually don't know about this one.
Okay, well, it's based on a print. It's a woman who was like the Virgin Mary who gives birth and pops out like 27 kids or so, and some billionaire takes some of them in, and some of these kids have extraordinary abilities, and he hones their abilities. It's still, at least for the Netflix portion, they're playing it very vague as from what I've seen, what these kids' abilities are being honed to do. What's the larger purpose for their abilities? But so far, so good. It's not kind of interesting. It's really interesting to me. I'm eager to watch the rest of it. Don't want to give too much away because this is fairly new. It's not like Bird Box where it's been talked about ad nauseum. If you're interested, check it out. It'll be at the top of your feed. You know how Netflix does with their original content. They try to force it down our throats, but this is one you might be interested in if you like the sci-fi genre. If you like X-Men, Avengers, this would be right up your alley.
All right. So we've talked about Hulk Hogan. We've talked about Umbrella Academy. But one thing we won't be talking about much longer on Netflix are Marvel movies or shows. We just got word a few days ago that Punisher and Jessica Jones have been canceled. And that wasn't a huge surprise because, Luke Cage, Defenders, Daredevil, and Iron Fist were already canceled. Not a shock, but this really puts the last nail in that Marvel Netflix coffin. So, I know we're all thinking, it's just a matter of time before they switch over to Hulu. But what do you guys think about this whole Marvel and Netflix thing? Because I feel like this was a better match than, some of these other deals. And, there was just a ton of content that Marvel provided for Netflix with the shows, with the movies. Captain Marvel is not even going on to Netflix. It's going to show up on Disney Plus. Where do you guys think this whole thing went?
I think it's a good business move. It sucks for the fans to have to wait and figure out which platform it's going to be on, or have to get Hulu again, or pay more for whatever. It sucks for the consumer side, but it's a good business move if you're eating dough.
Jace, what do you think?
As a consumer, this sucks because this is means I have to pick up another platform. And if I was a cable cutter and somehow didn't have Hulu, I'd be really pissed because it's like, now my bill is getting just as expensive with the router of buying all these daggone platforms, which I'm probably going to pick up Disney the Disney one, because they're trying to phase out Blu-rays and stuff like that completely, basically to make you buy all these streaming services. So you're like,
What are
man,
you talking about with phasing out Blu-rays?
like what was it? Sony? No, Samsung just is no longer making Blu-ray players or 4K players. Like the actual devices, they're not making them anymore. So basically, if they're Samsung, who is most of us own a Samsung TV, is getting out of the Blu-ray market. Devices market. That's the sign right there. The studios and everybody are basically, hey, we want to move all this to streaming, which is a big problem for consumers, which most of them haven't figured out yet, because they're going to start raising the prices on all of these services. Like Netflix is already, you're getting good content, but they're raising the prices to make you pay for it. And you're now going to start losing some of the stuff that you were paying 3 or 4 years ago. You were paying $9 for. Now, Disney, this is a great, it's a annoying move, but they're like, hey, we get to keep all the profits and not share them with Netflix. Netflix is like, well, we'll just like Mom said, hey, we'll just make some more content that you guys don't have a part of. So let's talk to Image. Let's talk to what is Image the one that does Walking Dead and Invincible, Jeff?
Yes.
Yeah. You got to just hey, we need content. You got 100 episodes. 149 episodes, issues of Invincible. If Seth Rogen doesn't make a movie that, let's get in bed together, because we could all make some money on that. So it sucks for the consumers, but we're gonna have to eat this one up for a little bit.
Cool. Chief, what's up, man?
Hey, good evening, fellas. Good evening.
We've just been talking about this Marvel Netflix deal and how it's gone south and what that means for people. What are your thoughts on this? Are you going to subscribe to Disney Plus to get these Marvel shows and the original content shows, watching movies like Captain Marvel, Avengers, Endgame, because they won't be on Netflix?
So is that the plan, where they're gonna take all these shows that they canceled and now put them on the Disney?
Yeah.
So Luke Cage will be taking place again with same character, everything, but this time on Disney.
That seems like the plan.
Okay. I want to say I subscribe to it all, which is, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, hell, I've got Netflix, I've got the Amazon Video, I've got Hulu, I've got Shudder, I've got DC Comics one, which I haven't even watched the DC comic one. So I think I probably will subscribe to it. I think it was foul the way they made Netflix do it, in a sense. You know what I mean? Especially if you're not up and running and then taking the product away from the people. I think it was a foul thing to do. Especially Netflix had a brand, they had money already going into it, so on and so forth. So in the long run, Disney has a whole host of movies, and they're only going to get bigger and better now that they've got this Fox franchise with the X-Men and everything. So it'll depend on how much it is. It'll probably be worth having, but I just don't like the way they went about it. You know what I mean? So, but I'm looking forward to, that everybody, hell, the Iron Fist, the last Iron Fist was good. So that was coming into its own. So I'm just hoping that, these people and the thing, when is this thing supposed to take place anyways? When are they saying that this is supposed to be online?
Disney
how
Plus?
long?
They've been very shy about their actual news on this thing.
Yeah. 19 is what I keep hearing on CNBC, because I'm looking at their daggone stocks, because, I get that money. So it sounds like they keep saying 2019 on the money network. So those are usually the more accurate ones, because they know about that.
Well, like I said, if They've got to. I guess they got to
This fall. This fall.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, I mean, especially if they got episodes by the time this fall rolls out of,
Right.
you know, one of these.
Secret
You know what I mean? Like they don't just come out with, oh, we got we've got content you've already seen type stuff. I'm hoping that by the time this fall takes place, they've got the shows already ready to go. That would be nice if they had the shows ready and we're waiting like, yo, we've been waiting for you. We've got everything ready. All you got to do is come, pay, and start watching. You know what I mean?
That sounds like good timing for when Avengers 4 and whatchamacall come out. On like what would be Blu-ray, unless Jason's assessment of the Samsung situation is correct, which scares the hell out of me. That means that Captain Marvel and Avengers 4 would be right on time for the launch. So that's smart. That's pretty smart, actually.
Yeah. So Netflix won't get them, and yeah. Now here's something that may push you guys over the edge that I'm just reading now. Obi-Wan Kenobi may be getting a 6-episode series on Disney Plus. Presumably starring
Obi-Wan.
Presumably Ewan McGregor.
Sold.
That would be awesome. I thought we knew that though. Like, didn't we hear a rumor that and like something else was popping?
Oh, this is just like a few days ago.
Oh, I thought something else was popping on. Like,
they're doing a Rogue One spinoff with
that's what it was.
Cassian, but that was the one that they announced a long time ago. We've got a Loki series, a Winter Soldier and Falcon, and Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Okay,
with the actors from the movies. So I don't know, man. It's just, to me, I don't see paying for all of these services and may pick and choose. And for me, I already go to Amazon UK to get the 3D Blu-rays of movies from Disney. So I don't mind tracking that stuff down. And if I have to go track down on eBay and something or whatever to find a 4K or Blu-ray player to replace my broken down stuff, I'm going to do that. I don't like, my whole thing with Netflix is, hey, this is leaving Netflix. Like, why is the movie leaving? I can go to my shelf and not have to worry about it leaving the shelf. I don't want a 3-month window to watch something. It's like, screw you. I'm going to watch it whenever I want to watch it. And I don't want to, because I was looking on Netflix for Shawshank Redemption, and it was on January 2018, and it was gone April 2018. Now it's February 2019. It's like, well, I want to watch it, but I can't watch it on Netflix.
Like, joint, I put in my list, like, yo, where are my Godfathers? They just went away. Thank God I have, like, the collections on my shelf in both
exactly.
Think about
DVD
when Young Justice
and Blu-ray.
Like when Young Justice just magically disappeared. You're like, I got so used to doing that, watching that while I'm like cleaning dishes. It's like, nah, we just decided to take it off. It's like, see, this is why you have to have physical discs. When, like you said, I can just go to the shelf and put it in when you guys annoy me. So
yeah, I don't want to be at Netflix whims for what I watch and their windows and how long they have stuff. I'm good. I'll just buy it. And when you have original stuff, to me, that's where Netflix is worth the money, because they put out a ton of original content, whether TV shows, whether movies. That's what I'm about Netflix, not for movies that I can buy or on my shelf.
And that's what pisses me off about Netflix, because they'll have crap on there. Like, for example, Triple H made a movie with the girl from Modern Family, right?
Yes.
That movie has been on the Netflix queue since 2011. You know how I know?
Because your daughters watch it.
Thank you. Right?
I knew that was the only reason you knew about that.
That was the only reason. But yet, if I want to watch Terminator 2, I have a 6-week window.
Yep.
Right. Exactly. I'm like, no, I'm good, fellas. So yeah, that's the deal with Netflix.
That's the thing with like all the streaming services. Even streaming music for me was always kind of like, I mean, if there's an artist I don't know, a movie I don't, I do like the fact that I get, okay, if there's a movie I didn't feel something about, I'm already paying for this. Let me just listen to it. Nope, sucks. I didn't buy it.
Yep.
And that's just our generation, our in-between generation of streaming and buying.
Napster.
Napster, you know what I mean? We're the in-between generation of both like album or tape or 8-track, you know what I mean? Or CD.
Us and the hipsters.
And
No. Just ask Felicity. She'll stream it, put it into a disc in 2 seconds. Don't worry.
Oh, God. Anyways, see, that's why I had to take a break from the CW, so I'm not really up on that joke, but I can just imagine, and I saw it in my head, and I still said, oh, God, because I'm that tired. I'm that tired of this show.
Yep, that's it. So let's move on from there. So now we've got everybody going here. We've absolutely got to talk about the biggest news of the week. And I know I may be shattering and challenging your Dummy of the Week nominee. But fellas, let us now discuss Jussie Smollett. So I know when we talked about this earlier, some of y'all were, let's say, a little skeptical about the events that were being detailed. But now the whole story apparently is out. Apparently, he felt unappreciated and that he was not making enough money on Empire, the show which put him on the map, because I don't know about you all, but I've never heard of him before Empire. And unlike everybody else on Empire, he's not starring in any movies since he's been on Empire. Instead, he's been on the show, which indicates a lack of demand. I mean, Javon just mentioned the girl from Modern Family doing a whack movie with Triple H, but it's a movie. Jussie Smollett demanded some attention, so he came up with the most harebrained scheme of all time, hiring 2 Nigerian dudes to beat him down as pro-maggots. And during one of Chicago's coldest cold chill waves in decades, found him outside, immediately identified him as gay, and started shouting racial and homophobic epithets at him. Found some bleach and a noose. Now, I mean, I feel like that's overkill in general, but this really painted him as a sympathetic character until people started thinking. And now the police they've released the guys, then they arrested him, and Fox, I have to give Fox, or at least the Empire crew, 1,000,000 points of credit, because man, these guys stuck with him till the absolute bitter end. They were like, he is remaining a professional. We're not doing anything. He's still here, right up until his arrest. And then it's like, well, we need to start thinking of our options. But they had his back big time. And this Joker decided to do all of this because he felt disrespected and wanted more money. Maybe this is like full circle, where he wanted more money than Terrence Howard. Mind blown. Anyway, so fellas, let me hear what you think about this. Chief, what is your take on this whole Jussie Smollett situation?
When I first heard it, man, I knew that it wasn't. I knew that some things sounded fishy in the whole thing about it. I mean, first of all, in order for somebody to recognize you, to want to hurt you, they have to be watching the show. So you're telling me that 2 white supremacist dudes who have been watching the show just happened to catch you coming out of a subway at 2 o'clock in the morning off the Humble, and they already had a noose
Hold on, Chief.
mask and an unknown chemical substance to pour in your face. And then not only that, you saw his face the next day, it didn't even look like he took a good acid.
No,
you know
it
what I'm
didn't.
saying? For somebody to have been waiting for you to give you their full hate. Like, yo, I've been to Chicago in the cold. So for anyone who wants to stand out inside in Chicago in the cold, I don't even go to Chicago past September anymore. If September 1st, you can't get me to go to Chicago. That's it. So I already know. So when you outside just waiting for someone to show up, like, let's stand here and see what happens. Oh, shoot, it's the gay dude from that show we don't watch. Well, let's kick his ass. Let's kick his ass gently. And this is the thing they did. So they you know what I mean? So they're on what I mean? Like, then he was like, yeah, I fought back. Dude, you look, even on TV, they say TV adds 10 pounds to you. This dude still looks sickly on TV. Like, you can't be but 5'6", 125 pounds, dude. You're telling me that two dudes put a whooping on you, you walked away, you know what I mean?
You walked away with a forehead scratch.
Right. That's untrue, man. They would have put the hurt on you. Then, to top it off, after that, you go to a talk show, the lady's talking to you, and you emphatically is like, nah, this, you know, they did this. They, like, if I ain't been like, hey, man, I'm gonna need you to come on the talk show. I'd have been like, nah, I'm not gonna show up. I'm not gonna show up and then put the lie out there.
No, you're
like,
lying.
You can't get me to come out like to put the lie out there in front of everybody now. Because now you say you're in the joint, man. This ain't no lie. Because all those people who doubt me, they some suckers.
Because now you gotta sit there and justify this.
Yeah, so I don't know how that happens. I don't know. I don't understand how you do that, man. I mean, you know. And then my thing is, have you seen the size of these dudes?
They're huge. They look like wrestlers.
Baku twins.
Huge dudes. Right. So
Baku twins. They straight out of Wakanda.
I think the cops were looking at these dudes and like, those dudes are huge. This guy's hardly beat up. And then they just started to follow the trail. Because I mean, like it just didn't make no sense from the beginning. Everybody
definitely by the
was
time
like,
they had the brothers. I mean, definitely by the time they showed the brothers, I was like, all right, that's enough.
All right, this is enough. Yeah,
he had me though. I don't think that shit. I was like, look, if this dude got beat up, you know what I mean? That's whackness. I think something's more to the story because something didn't add up. But he obviously was like beat up and all this stuff. I guess I was right, even though he staged it. He was beat up, but good God, man, I didn't think it was all about this.
Hey, Gunner, Chief, Jason, Jeff. For some reason, this smelled like fish to me from the onset because two MAGA dudes walk around Chicago at 2 a.m. looking for anybody to beat up, and they choose the Empire dude in a well-known in a well-known LGBT friendly neighborhood. Is like that happening here in DuPont Circle. You know, we all know that area. That's highly unlikely. It's highly unlikely. And the fact that from the onset they say, okay, well, Chicago police was like, okay, well, let's see the phone records to see, you know, what's good with that. That's what, and this is what people like. This is what regular people don't understand. These people in law enforcement, especially detectives, are paid to root out a lie. They're paid to get to the bottom of the story. They seek out the truth. So there are holes in that story. There were holes in that story from the onset that you didn't need to go through intense detective training or academy to see, okay, something's fishy about this. Because why wouldn't, if I'm assaulted, if I've been assaulted, I'm going to cooperate, and I'm calling the police for help, and I want the people who assaulted me, my assailants, to be brought to justice. Why wouldn't I cooperate? Why wouldn't I cooperate from the onset? Doesn't that just delay the process of them my assailants being apprehended? I would think so. Why would I step in? Why would I interfere with an investigation? So it all was funny to me. It sounded funny from the beginning. And more than that, more than Jussie, because we all now, it's been proven you're a dummy. What about all the people who this is where, I forget who it was who recently said, we are so quick in this society today to be judge, juror, and executioner before we even find the meat of the story. If we hear it, as they say, triggered, our offenses get triggered, and we just gotta, I'm so behind this, and I gotta put all my support behind it. Well, okay, that's fine. I understand your passion, but don't you want to find out more to the story if the story is actually real or not? And it seems like,
sadly, no, because the thing is, like,
yeah,
we are such a divided society. It's like, we heard MAGA black dude.
Trigger.
Yes, they're horrible people. Yes,
Trigger.
he has to be telling the truth instead of like using just like because it was like when they were reporting the stories, like wow, that seems like a lot for one afternoon. It was like wait, like
especially
really,
for
like,
one dude you don't know.
Yeah, a noose. Like if you said one dude did this, but you fought off two dudes with a noose and bleach, like if they threw bleach, you are blind. It's not like they just missed me. You're gone.
No, it was the back of his head, according to the first report.
Yeah,
right.
the first report is everything.
Jason
I
wasn't.
believed it. I was like, look. Oh, I'm sorry. I believed it. I was like, look, this dude. Okay. I'm just gonna go out there on a limb and just say, look, I'm gonna believe a brother.
Arrogance.
Oh.
Yeah. So so it's like, what was the point of like saying it was bleach? Like, so if somebody's got bleach, they're gonna throw it on the back of your head.
Yeah, it was weird.
Well, it was so cold it turned to ice.
What?
Yeah, bleach.
Oh, yeah, it was that cold.
Right.
It was that cold.
I don't even. I'm not a chemist, man. I don't know what the hell bleach does. I'm cool. All I know is I'm like, okay, your brother got attacked by a white dude. I'm gonna believe it first, just because I am a black male in this country. That's the first step of me. Then I listen to the story. I'm like, okay, you were out there. Those guys knew you. You just didn't want to say so yet. That was my complete conclusion at first. But whatever happened, I didn't want him to get beat up. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right.
Of course.
Then this Bama didn't. Like I said, I'm gonna believe that crap because I know how this country works. They just found a dude who's in the Coast Guard, who's like a lieutenant in the Coast Guard with like mad stockpile trying to start a waste war. Like, come on, man. Like things aren't far
Who's looking for people to hunt? Yeah,
looking for people like your boy and Taken. So I'm like, dude, stranger things have happened. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna believe this. And then the Bama didn't want to turn over his cell phone records. I'm like, all right, I'm good. Something. There's more to this story. I think I said that on the last podcast. I was like, something more to this story. But I'm still on the side. And then I saw the pictures of the brothers. I'm like, yep. Well, something happened here.
The fact is, like, they had like video of them buying the supplies. It's like,
right. I just
saw that. He paid him with a check.
I was like, he paid him with a check.
With a check.
I'm like, you are beyond not about this life.
You might as well Venmo
beyond not about this life. You didn't even think about cash. There's an ATM down the street. You didn't even do that. Damn.
Pay with check.
He was like, nah, fellas, they've got cameras at the ATM.
Address.
I'll just write you a check.
Okay.
With my address, the routing number, everything that the feds can actually see. Wonderful.
Criminal mastermind. How did they ever find out? How did they ever find out?
Because they detected. They're like, all right, well, we're just going to ask these dudes. Those dudes are like, yeah, you paid us this check. You want the check receipt? Here's the routing number and the deposit slip that we put in the account. So we cashed it down the street.
Send the receipt to Jussie Smollett's cell phone number. Gee. I
was down for a minute, and then I was like, yeah, this ain't happening, man.
Like
then
Gunner,
there's still people hanging
increasingly
on.
questionable.
Of course. Gunner, I'm with you because as black men, these are realities. These kind of things happen, right? It's just when I started to listen to, when you really heard and listened to this thing, man, even from the onset, I was like, something don't sound quite right. But I charged it initially to maybe, how when you're in a situation, if you're ever in a situation where you're being attacked and it's a volatile situation, things can happen really fast. Things can escalate really fast. Things can happen really fast to where details get lost in the mix, right? But then as little by little as things started to come out. Huh?
Instead of being white guys, they're two dudes from Nigeria.
Right, okay, but even
after that.
Right, after that. But even before that, when you hear white guys, like the loosely interpreted story of what happened, you understand that, like I said, sometimes when it's a volatile situation, we're talking about life or death, man. Things can get lost details can get lost. But as more details arrived, it was like, okay, this just doesn't sound right. It just didn't sound right. And I don't know. I don't know. Like Lee Daniels, he's a showrunner, right? This is his baby empire, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Has he came out and said anything about it?
No,
Or
you
is
know
he just
why?
leaving this alone?
No, you know why?
Yeah, there's really
Because
nothing he can say.
he doesn't. Bama doesn't pay anybody. So not that I'm not trying to accuse this Bama for doing this craziness, but this is the third time we're hearing. I'm saying this is the third time we're hearing like Lee Daniels ain't pay nobody for real. Think about that. So a lot of people are like, well, I blame Lee. I'm like, well, I don't blame this narcissist. I don't blame anything on a narcissist but the narcissist crap. You know what I mean? And Journey took the narcissistic way out of asking for a raise. I'm like, now call me self-centered. When I asked for a raise and got refused, and someone said something rude to me in a reply, I was like, cool. I guess I'm gonna ramp up my business and leave this company.
And I'll leave. Yeah.
Okay, now I know something. Can't he actually sing in real life?
I don't care anymore.
No, what I'm saying is like, if he had the ability to sing, it's like, dude, why not say, hey, I'm gonna do a solo album just to keep your name out there? Like, I'm
Tyrese.
Maybe that was step 2. I mean,
maybe. Because to me, it's like you
gotta do an album with R. Kelly.
Ooh, keep it in shy.
Ugh.
Jeff, you're on time now.
Them Bamas might be in jail together, might room together in jail. You never know.
Yeah, I really don't think homeboy, 28, 27, something like that.
Oh, he misses the cut for Robert.
I mean,
good point.
I don't know, man.
All right, so let's move on. Let's move on because we can talk about this for a minute. All right.
Yeah.
This Sunday is the Academy Awards, and I have negative interest in the show. The only reason I would watch it is if someone spoiled it and told me Black Panther won Best Picture, so I could rewind to that exact moment. But that's about it. So I asked you all. So I asked you all to come up with your awards. Who wants to go first with your nominees for your Academy Awards?
I didn't do my homework.
Do you want all of our categories or just?
Yeah, man. What you got? Whatever you got.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with my actual should be Best Pictures.
I like how you're actually moving and ruffling paper to show that you did it.
I did my homework, dude. Did my homework, okay?
Messing up the curve, man. I ain't do my homework.
Oh, this was like homework from like weeks ago. I just had the paper still around.
Oh, yeah, I ain't do it.
Okay. For my Best Pictures, Avengers: Infinity Wars, Black Panther, A Star Is Born, Enter the Spideyverse, Bohemian Rhapsody, Mission Impossible Fallout, and Death of Superman. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think all those movies deserve a good watching. I have like friends who look at like all the Best Pictures for a year, and you like, and most of them are like, oh yeah, Sony's is like, but you can hear like they're like, yeah, I didn't like The Favor, like most people, The Favorite, like everybody, the people who said they watched it, they're like, yeah, didn't care for it. I'm like, this is why you should go with a more inclusive category like mine.
Cool. Did you have any other nominees
for
best categories?
I got. Let me see some stuff that everyone might not have. Sorry, hold on.
Lots of pages.
Let's go with Best Actor, which is definitely different than the boring list. So I got Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, Christian Bale for Vice, Dylan O'Brien for Maze Runner, The Death Cure, Michael B. Jordan for Creed 2, and Michael Pena from Extinction. Yeah. So, yeah. Then Best Director.
No Best Actress?
I only had 2 because I really, I mean, I had like Lady Gaga and Constance Wu from Crazy Rich Asians, but like the rest of the ones with really had good female leads, I didn't see. So
Gotcha.
that's on me. So
You didn't see A Star Is Born, right?
yeah,
Or did
I
you
put
say
Lady
A Star
Gaga.
Is Born?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I'm
Lady
sorry.
Gaga. I had her.
Okay.
So on Best Director category, Ryan Coogler for Black Panther, Spike Lee for Black Klansman, Anthony and Joe Russo for Avengers: Infinity War, Christopher McQuarrie for Mission Impossible Fallout, and Wes Ball for Maze Runner: Death Cure. Because that actually had a lot of stuff going on that I thought that was really cool.
It was.
Yeah. What else we got? Yeah. Oh, I got Best Supporting. That's got some new ones. So I'll go with Best Supporting Actress. Latia Wright for Black Panther, Regina King for Beale Street Could Talk, and Amber Heard for Aquaman.
Okay.
Yeah. Best Comedy. Crazy
Wait,
Rich
you
Asians.
didn't have Michelle Yeoh for Crazy Rich Asians?
I should have put her. You're right. That'll work too.
Okay.
So Best Comedy. Crazy Rich Asians. Deadpool 2. Ant-Man and the Wasp. And I know I'm about to get some hate, but I actually did like this movie. Night School.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I liked it.
Yep. So those would be category. If those movies were in categories, I would watch the Oscars. But since they're not, I will probably miss this Oscars.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't say missing it, Bob.
You guys are like Sadler and Waldorf.
Keith Hadding told me that joke. All right.
All right, hold it. Chief, did you do it?
No, I did not.
All right. I just want to make sure because
I'm not that artistically inclined.
All right, I got you. All right, Jay King, what you got?
I got some unorthodox categories. So I'm gonna start with one that I really enjoy, one I really like as far as categories concerned. Biggest fall from grace year, and that goes to John Travolta because we've watched John Travolta go from one of the biggest actors in the world to someone you don't hear his name anymore, to resurrecting his career for a nice 7-year stretch, to not hearing from him again after Battlefield Earth, and then being active again and producing or putting together this film Gotti, which was, it was a TV movie brought to the big screen. It was beneath everybody involved. It was almost bad.
In fairness, his career cannot go any worse than Battlefield Earth. I don't even need to see that.
Here's the thing about that, Jeff. Here's the thing about it. Did you see Battlefield Earth?
Oh gosh, twice.
Yes.
And I hate Gunner
Ford. You saw it twice.
We actually watched it at a bad movie night, and we couldn't get past that movie. It was so bad, it just sucked all the oxygen out the air.
Here's the thing about Battlefield Earth.
Oh, that's why you hate me for it? Because
you made us watch it.
I just said it should be on the bad movie night list. What part of
it is? It should be. Right.
We can't leave with that one.
Well, here's the thing about Battlefield Earth.
Oh, God.
Here's the thing about Battlefield Earth. It has a cult following, believe it or not. Gotti will never have that. Gotti will never have that.
That's probably true.
Is that pun on purpose, Jay? Come on.
Who, me?
Yeah, was that pun on purpose?
Which one?
There was like a lot of has a cult following, and there's like a lot of Scientology themes in that.
No. There is a lot of Scientology.
That was a good one.
It's a good one, but it's unintentional the same. That movie has a following online. You look, they have screenings of it. Yeah, people like that movie. People do like that movie, especially folks like the Roddenberry stuff. They like that movie a lot. But like I said, Gotti will never achieve that status. Gotti is going to be one of those films. Yeah, that is the radish cake at the back of the refrigerator that nobody eats. Nobody wants that. Yeah, so there's that one. The We Active Award goes to Nicolas Cage because between Mandy, which was his best work of the year, Nicolas Cage put out like 8 movies in 2018. He wasn't bullshitting. Like, he was working.
He always
Yeah, he got bills to pay. Nicolas Cage is working. So he gets the We Active award. The I'm Killing It Low Key Right Now award goes to my man Josh Brolin. And I like Josh Brolin because, like I said before, him and Jeff, what's my man's name? Jeff Bridges. You could put them in a Western a year and I watch it. If they did a Western every year, I would watch it. I don't give a damn what's it about. They just that's their to me. They're good they're great actors, but that's their genre to me. I gotta see them in a Western together before it's all over. But Josh Brolin killed it between Deadpool, Thanos, Sicario. Yeah, those are three of my favorite movies. Not Thanos, but of course, Avengers: Infinity War. Those are three of my favorite movies from last year, and he was in all of them. He killed it in every one, so he gets the We Active Award. Not the We Active Award. I'm sorry, the I'm Killing It Low Key Award, and the Take Me Effing Seriously Award goes to Melissa McCarthy. And I've said this on this show before. Melissa McCarthy is if you're paying attention, she's a unique talent where she can make you shoot milk out your nose laughing, or she can bring you to tears with her humanity. You know, the way she brings the humanity out of a role that she plays when she plays these people who are tortured or tormented souls or going through something in their life. She brings that to the screen, you know, and like I said before, I'm so tired of her being casted, and that goes both ways because for what it's worth, she's accepting these roles too, but they pay, you know. But I think at this stage, she's proven herself to where she can do anything the hell she wants, and they really got to start throwing her more of these roles where she can display her range because she can take you wherever she wants to take you, and I would love to see that. You know, she's nominated for Best Actress for this year, and I can never remember because the name of the
Can
movie
you
is so
ever
damn.
forgive me?
Can you ever forgive me? It was one of my favorite watches of the year, and I think she deserves to win, at least be in the damn conversation, not just a pity pat head on tap on the head award by being nominated, but to actually win the award. You know, that would be huge.
It needs a
And
Steve Carell type of break there, and this could be really it. Like,
this could be it. This could be it.
He
But
just reminds
you know,
me of
whenever
him so much. You know what I mean?
oh
Because he
yeah,
made
Steve
that exact
Carell deserves
transition.
that too, Gunner. Yeah, Steve Carell's in that conversation too. Um, I just feel like you know with Glenn Close and somebody did a period piece. Whenever they got to play somebody from old England, it's like okay, you can forget it. They're gonna win the award.
Mm-hmm.
That always
Right.
pisses me off.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
enough already. Enough already with that.
Well, you know, I'm
Uh,
really glad that the favorite is not going to take that Best Actress. Olivia Colman was fine, but Rachel Weisz and oh man, what's the old girl's name?
Emma Stone.
Thank you. They were all pretty much the leads in that film, so I didn't necessarily agree with making her the lead for that award. And I'm fine with Glenn Close winning over her just because I hated the favorite that much. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
no, I agree totally. But yeah, that's why I feel like you know Melissa McCarthy won't win because the Academy loves these type of movies, whatever. And this is even though she's not nominated for anything, she wasn't in a movie this year of any note. But the God We Miss Seeing You award, even though you've gone through a lot and you've kind of been painted in a bad light, Monique, because I don't know if anybody remembers 10 years ago Monique set the Oscars on fire with a movie called Precious. And you can't tell me that she's not worthy of another role like that or a role period. Something is really up there. I think some people, like she said, you don't just come to those conclusions because you're crazy, right? I think Monique may have said some things about some people and they didn't like it, so they kind of, you know, made some phone calls and
You're
painted a
done.
picture behind it. Yeah, you're done. Exactly.
You saw how what's the name? Les
Yeah,
Moonves
dude.
killed a singer's career. It wasn't even an
Pretty
actress.
much.
So.
Yeah. So that can happen. So I think with that, I would love to nominate Monique for a category "We Want to See You Back on Screen" award to Monique. I think it's well past time, and whoever it is, you know, she named names. Um, y'all need to get over yourselves. I mean, you know who you are and what you know, whatever you've done. If that's the case, we need to see more Monique. That's just how it goes.
Okay. Good. That's your whole awards?
That's my joints.
Good deal. All right. So we played this last week. I liked it. I know all the millions of people who are listening to our show liked it as well. They haven't said a word, but yeah, and dozens. Yeah. So this week we're going to play 3 best, 3 worst with the heartthrob himself, Brad Pitt. Now this dude has a million movies, and they are a ton of good options. Yeah, there's so many. I had a harder time finding 3 worst, but I want to hear from you guys first. So let's see. Chief, did you have 3 best, 3 worst for Brad Pitt?
Let's see, a Brad Pitt movie. Vampire, Interview with a Vampire is one of the best. Benjamin Button. And I like the movie where he was deaf. So right off the top, those are my Brad Pitt, probably 3 of my favorite Brad Pitt movies, I guess, that I've watched.
Yeah, 3 worst?
3 bad Brad Pitt movies. I'm gonna say, which was one bad Brad Pitt movie. Probably the Z movie. I thought that probably could have been better. It left me. It just kind of, I don't know. A lot of things happened in that joint. I'm like, come on. Another bad Brad Pitt movie. Probably to some degree, even though it was action packed, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's a lot of action, but still at the same time, you're like, man.
Yeah, that wasn't great, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't great.
I agree.
And another not so great Brad Pitt movie. You know, it's gonna sound funny to y'all because I know a lot of people who liked it, but I didn't enjoy it that much. It has some okay moments, but if it's on TV, I won't sit down and really watch it. And that's that one with Brad Pitt was a boxer, like
Snatch.
Snatch.
Yep. Snatch. I didn't like that much.
Solid choices. Gunner, how about you?
Man, this was hard to find 3 bad ones. Oh, excuse me, I found 2 bad ones, but 3 I was like, yeah.
Really?
2 bad ones, yes. Just because I didn't watch
movies.
that. I mean, because here's the thing: he's been in a lot of movies. 1, 2. If it's a bad movie, I'm not watching it. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like,
all right.
You get what I mean? So okay, so
yeah, well,
good movie.
Definitely.
So the best Brad Pitt movies I see, man. Look, Fight Club. That dude, look. I love that movie, right? 7. See, I'm a 90s Brad Pitt guy, right?
Yeah,
7, man. That dude killed that character, literally. Ha! How about that? And he killed Kevin Spacey. That still holds up today. How about that?
Yeah. Kill Kevin Spacey.
And, I mean, honorable mention, Ocean's 11, because that was like an ensemble of ensembles, and his still stood out as well. You know what I mean? That's real, right? And then, you know, all his Savior movies are interesting. But there was what was it? I liked Snatch. I liked his character in Snatch. Now, can we call that a Brad Pitt movie? Yeah, sure. But I liked it because you know why? He spent time with those folks to learn how to talk like them.
Exactly.
And it took me at least 7 times of watching that movie. Now, I probably watched it like 18,000 times. But it took me a few times to really got it. Like, it took me a while to really get the cadence of what he did. I'm like, I don't know how long it took him to do that. But he got it. And it was unfortunate because I really wanted to put Interview with a Vampire on there because wow, but he evolved way beyond that in 7. So that's why that beat that one. Like for real. 3 bad ones. I don't know about 3 bad ones. 2 bad ones. Troy. Troy needs to just go in the shitter. Just flush it. I don't own it.
I've just seen one scene a couple times. Nah, I'm good. Like, nah, I tried to watch that all the way through again. It just no.
Take it, it's yours.
Yeah. I really can't think of three. I'm really trying to find another one where I was just like, think of another one and find another one. I'm like looking now because I really can't think of one that was bad that I actually saw.
Okay.
Like I'm sure, but here's my grand finale because I was trying to find a third one. Dude, Cool World needs to never be played again. The cartoon sex scenes and the chick turns into what's her name? What's her name? She was like the hot white chick. Kim Basinger. Man, look, I was like, well, at least she turned into Kim Basinger because this movie was whack.
It was supposed to be adult Roger Rabbit, and
it was like the porn, softcore porn. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That only that joint came on before and after sometimes on Skidamax back in the day in like the 90s, 2000s.
That's how I saw it.
On like before and after like Showgirls and like
all Busty Cops.
Yeah, and all the Shannon Tweed joints and Emmanuel and stuff, man. Like
Emmanuel in space.
That's how whack this joint. Yeah, Emmanuel in Africa.
Terrible.
And then Cool World. I'm like, oh, this movie sucks. But did I keep watching this stupid thing as a teenager? Yes.
It had movies.
It had two moments, and I'm like, oh, dude. Oh.
Then
he turns into this cartoon.
Yeah. For those young listeners, we grew up in an era where the internet porn wasn't readily available to any of us, so we had to find booby wherever we could find it. Cinemax, as we affectionately called it, Skinemax, was one of those outlets.
Cool World frequented Skinemax so much. And I was like, oh, let me go upstairs and put on my pajamas now and, I'll watch Cool World. And what do I hear playing in my dad's room? Cool World. Sorry, Dad. I was just like, how do you watch movies, man? I'm like, you can go behind the curtain at Blockbuster, man. I can't. Like, why are you
2 a.m. boom, man.
Well, I guess your dad's no longer subscribing to the show.
Subscriber. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Oh, man.
All right. Javon, what's yours?
My 3 best of Brad Pitt are Fury. I love that movie. I love westerns, so the incredibly long name for Who Killed Jesse James. Yeah, I really like. Yeah, it's
assassination of Jesse James by the cowardly Robert.
That's number 2, and my number 3 for Pitt. I like Moneyball because I'm a sports nerd. And Billy Beane is a fascinating character to me. He's one of these fascinating figures in sports, especially baseball. Because if you've never heard of Billy Beane, he's taken an Oakland A's team who've been outside of the '80s during the Canseco and McGuire and Bash Brothers era, made them a respectable franchise in a small fledgling market with no money and basically keeping them in the verge of a playoff argument every year during his tenure as the general manager, financier of not financier, but chief financial officer of the Oakland Athletics. Those are my 3. And honorable mention to Killing Them Softly, because that movie, even though it wasn't on nobody's favorites list, it was violent, and he did a good job of it. I thought it was dope. I liked it. Worst of Brad Pitt, of course, Cool World. Damn it. I'm sorry, y'all. I got 2 more honorable mentions. 7 and 12 Monkeys. I love 12 Monkeys. I forgot about 12 Monkeys. Sorry. Worst of Brad Pitt. Cool World, obviously. And I wasn't a fan of Fight Club. Sorry. I wasn't a fan. I thought it was okay. It was not even okay.
It's a weirder book. But
yeah.
all that dude's books are kind of out there, but it's a weirder book. I finally actually like read it like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was like, yo, okay.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah. So I see how. I mean, for a '90s movie to translate something like that, I mean, I think we've evolved now to where we can translate something like that. And look how evolved our shows are. If you watch True Detective, you're like, okay, our brain.
Oh, of course, this is garbage.
Anything by
like,
Bad Robot. Like if you watch anything by Bad Robot, you're like, yo, our brains need to be on to watch the show, or watch these shows, you know. So I'm like, Fight Club was pretty cerebral for such a, what is that, early 90s, 93? Me and my dad saw it in the theater, so I'm trying to remember.
It was 99. This was 99. But even still,
Fight Club?
I mean,
really?
Yeah. This
was
was
later. Oh shit.
This was 99. Even though it was cerebral, I was like, okay, and I just didn't. They made such a big deal out of it. It's like Inception. How people try to go on and on about how smart Inception was. I'm like, no, not really.
It was
kind
not
of steps
smart.
over itself. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It just steps all over itself. It's not a smart movie.
So let me throw this out there. If Inception came out near or around Fight Club, or even a little earlier, right, like in Blade era, right, then I wonder if people would thought it would have been better. But now I'm kind of like, dude, we already seen this. This ain't cerebral at all. The best part was
because people. Well, Gunnar, I'm gonna be honest with you. People fawn all over Inception.
I still do.
I was gonna say, like, y'all bashing Inception. I'm like, yeah, I will watch that movie anytime it comes on.
It's okay.
So here's the problem. I liked it. I liked that movie, and yet I have not brought myself to watch it, and I own it, and it's still in its plastic little case.
It's okay. It's
like I really want to watch it, like it more, but then I just don't watch it. Didn't we discuss this before? I was just like,
I think we did. I think we did.
Okay.
It's like it's an okay movie.
All right. So back off of Inception, back to Brad Pitt. All right. Did you finish your list?
No. So the 3 were Cool World, Fight Club, and what was the one that put me to sleep? 7 Years in Tibet. Holy shit!
Oh
I mean,
God, that was number 3.
It was a sweeping epic, but it goes on and on and on.
Not epic. It was epically long. It wasn't an epic. It was just.
It's supposed to be one of those epics, but it just.
Did it feel like you were in Tibet for 7 years?
It felt like I was in Tibet for 7 years, but in that theater for another 5.
I felt like all flights to Tibet like kind of stopped for like months because everybody was like, "Look, I don't need to be here no more, man." Like, you know, all the expats just came back after watching it. Like yo, I'm out.
It's done.
I'm out.
And
I totally forgot about that movie. Oh my God.
And you know what? I had to sit on a date watching that movie, right? And
how else were we gonna watch that movie? It's not like I
don't
want to watch on my own.
Like, you know what? It's football season. I know the Colts are in the middle of a playoff run and they're against the Steelers this week. But I would much rather watch 7 Years in Tibet right now. I love Brad Pitt. No man ever.
97?
Yeah, no. No.
Watching Independence Day. Like, come on, man.
No. You would have watched anything else. You would have watched anything else. Face Off.
Face Off was 97? Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah, it was. That I watched that movie on a date, and I just like, you ever play that game 5 Minutes to Kill Yourself? Anybody ever remember that game?
I remember that game.
I was thinking of ways that I could excuse myself from this, not just the movie, but from this date. I was, 16, 17, I didn't have the heart to just get up and walk away. I didn't. I wanted to bang the girl. I'm sorry. I wanted to be with the girl.
So 17, 18,
man. I didn't have the heart to just, like, now, you talking to me now, even 5 years, I would have just got up. Yeah, I'm going. I wouldn't even have lied. Yeah, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'll see it. See you around. Yeah, I'll see it. Not I'm going to the bathroom. No, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'll see it. Yeah, later. I'd have just walked out. No, I sat there through the whole thing, and that was brutal. That was punishment. That was punishment. So yeah, that's up there.
Okay.
That's up there.
All right, Jace,
Okay,
what's yours?
Mr. Pitt. 1 second. All right, wake up, screen.
So all that time you weren't ready.
Damn.
Jason's gonna say Oceans 12 and 13.
Yep.
11, 12, and 13 is the best.
Okay, sorry about that. It was on the wrong page. Okay, so on my best Brad Pitt movies, 12 Monkeys. That dude was completely crazy in that movie, which went along very well with that movie's theme. 7, because that was kind of a good coming out party for him. Looked good. I mean, it was like you put, Gwyneth Paltrow's head was in the box. Kevin Spacey. Yeah, good stuff. And as we just happened to watch this week, Inglourious Bastards, because let's be honest, what's better than having people kill Nazis? I'm sorry. And they were very good at it.
Yeah.
Nazis. Killing Nazis.
Nazis.
Business is a booming. Okay. My 3 worst. World War Z, because that was just come on. Troy, I didn't dislike that movie. I might be one of those. I saw the extended cut. I've never seen the theatrical cut. But Eric Bana was just better. So I'm counting that one against him since he was the headliner. And I actually am going to go with Meet Joe Black. I mean, that was just.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
I mean, that was basically like.
I stayed away from that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was more. I'm pretty. Look at me. I'm like, dude, you got Anthony Hopkins. Like, what do you? Yeah, it's like I'm not sitting here 3 hours to watch this movie. It's like I watched the end of the movie. Like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, you got a good soundtrack at the end. Thank you. Good night.
Oh, that was 3 hours.
Yeah, that thing is like 2:45.
You know what I'm saying? My radar was like, nah, I'm good.
Ooh. I mean, like, there's certain movies you can tell it's like, 7 Years in Tibet. How long is this movie? 2:45. Thank you.
4 hours.
Yeah, it's like there's certain movies you can just your spidey sense starts tingling. It's like, yeah, I'm good, thanks. So,
dude, I had to break up Amistad, and that's about a subject I like.
Yeah. You know what's funny also, as Brad Pitt though, is he's been a part in ensembles outside of the Ocean's movies of some really good movies.
Mm-hmm. Departed.
Isn't it Departed?
Yeah.
It was not?
No, that's Leo.
The
executive producer in that.
Yeah.
He's got some great executive producer credits.
All right, let me get to mine.
That was Wahlberg. I'm sorry, I'm thinking I'm mixing up my character there.
How in the world could you mix those two up? Mark, One Note Wahlberg versus Brad.
Because that was
One Note Wahlberg.
Because that was when it worked. Like, that's why.
It was the one movie it
It
worked.
must have been Brad Pitt because it worked.
All right, my worst Brad Pitt films, Babel. I couldn't stand that movie, and it felt super long.
You saw it?
Yeah. You know, actually reviewing them makes me see stuff I would not voluntarily choose. World War Z. And because it just defied zombie movie logic. You can't have star power unless you're Mila Jovovich in a zombie movie. It's just a rule. Last worst film. I'm either trying to toss up between Killing Him Softly, which was boring to me, and Moneyball because I just wanted something different from both of those films. So flip a coin and decide. For my best list, I'm going to cheat and do like Javon and do honorable mention to the Ocean trilogy because he was like the coolest dude in the room. And I just liked how he was playing cool Brad Pitt and it worked so well in those films. And he's kind of a goof, but he was suave and smooth. And it was just, I really liked those films, and a large part because of how cool he was in those movies. I am going to break everyone's curve here. I like Troy a lot, so that is definitely on my list. I agree with Jace that Eric Bana kind of stole the show and took all of his spotlight, but I like Troy because I like that whole story, dig into it.
Cool
And I
story.
thought they did a really great job with it. On my list of best films, Inglorious Bastards, because he was great as Lieutenant Aldo Rain. He was hamming it up, and most of the time we don't see Brad Pitt just kind of having goofy fun, but he really just kind of cut loose with his over the top, exaggerated accent and just going off killing Nazis. Great.
I speak the best Italian.
Exactly. Seven's also on my list, and I think maybe that was a clean sweep for Seven because it's so great. And I think that was a film where it was like, oh, okay, he's more than just this guy that People Magazine's going to always have in the running for the sexiest man in America. Which, by the way, as a man, I find offensive, and I think we just need to embrace everybody's sexuality and their attractiveness because I don't like when men are objectified.
Jeff, shut up.
I'm sorry. I just
now go get me a beer.
Pat on a good
right.
firm pat on the behind.
And last is one of my favorite Brad Pitt movies, and just movies in general, The Curious Case of Benjamin Buttons. I love the whole premise of the film, and I think he does a great job. And the CGI was kind of ahead of Marvel Studios with the working through the Asian and the CGI. Like we worked on like the small Brad Pitt, where he's an old dude and then he's a young guy before he becomes a baby and it's no longer Brad Pitt. But yeah, I just really love that movie, and I thought he did a really good job in that performance. So that was it. I have a nominee for Dummy of the Week. Most of the time, I'm just kind of like, what do you guys got? But I have got one that I think is the prime Dummy of the Week. Let's see if you guys can beat me, since you cannot say Jussie Smollett. Chief, you got a nominee for Dummy of the Week? Chief, are you here? Okay, maybe he's not. Gunner, how about you?
And my fault. I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't reach the mute in time.
Oh,
In
okay.
my pocket. You know what I mean? What happened?
Who's your nominee for Dummy of the Week?
Oh, Dummy of the Week? Oh, my man. You know, it's unanimous. If it isn't, then that's wild. I don't know. Who's going to beat that? Who's going to lie about getting their ass kicked and then end up in jail behind it? That's like getting fired on your day off. You know what I mean?
That is worse than Craig from Friday.
You know what I mean?
Craig from Friday still became the hero of the
right.
neighborhood. In Bama.
A month ago, you was liked. Today, man, you laughed at. You're goddamn mean. and the internet and black internet is undefeated. Undefeated. You are a joke for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life, whenever they speak of you, they will speak of this. You know what I mean? It won't even be Empire. Yeah, he played so-and-so, but they won't even speak of that. This is they was facing ass whooping. Who didn't have to fake an ass whooping? Who could have just said that two men did it to him without even having to hire somebody. That's how stupid that guy is. He could have went and said, damn, two dudes jumped me, and then he didn't even have to hire anybody. He hired somebody to kick his ass when he didn't even have to and lost that. You know what I mean? Like you didn't even have to hire anybody. Like why you ain't just say that happened? Like I can go somewhere quiet right now and then call the cops and be like, man, two dudes jumped me, and like put an orange in a sock and then beat the hell out of myself. And guess what? When the investigation comes up, thank you. When the investigation comes up, yeah, you don't have, there's not a shroud of evidence. It's just my word. Yeah. Well, it must be telling the truth. He must be telling the truth because, we can't find nobody to say it isn't true. Like, you actually hired some Bamas to make up something that you got caught on when you didn't even have to make them up. They could have been fictional characters. You know what I mean? Just some fictional characters. Like, the reason why you got caught, it wasn't where the ass sugar took place. They caught him walking away from it. If you hadn't said anything, and you had just kept it like, yeah, somebody jumped me, this is what they were doing, and then just said that, they would have never found out. There's no cell phone records. There's no... Of course, your stupid ass going to have to go to Subway and get a sandwich. I mean, but, you know what I mean? But you could have made it, you know what I mean? Like, that's the dumbest thing ever, man. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, now, anytime somebody puts in a claim, for the next 6 months, somebody's going to be like, You know what I mean? I don't understand. You know, shit, my paycheck ain't shit either. You know what I mean? When I ain't yelling, you know what I mean? I'm not yelling, somebody's whipping my ass. You know? And my thing is this. Even if I did get my ass whooped, my job ain't giving me a pay raise. Oh, man, son, you got your ass kicked.
You got to ask so you can get some more money. No, that don't happen.
Like, how does getting your ass kicked equate to a pay raise? You know what I mean? So some secret society thing we didn't know all the time, that if you get your ass kicked in the street, they pay you more?
Don't happen.
I never knew that. Did anybody else? Why did y'all tell me this? I didn't get my ass kicked every weekend. Hey, fellas, I got my ass kicked.
The only world that works in is in boxing and like wrestling. Those fights.
Yeah,
that's the only way you get more money. That's
not even in boxing, because if you keep getting your ass kicked, you ain't gonna get no more money.
Listen,
I mean, if you throw the fight,
if your boss kicks your ass, that equates to more money. If some random dude in the street kicks your ass, you don't get no more money off of that. You don't make no money off of that. You don't get no money. You gotta get your ass kicked. What he should have had was his boss kick his ass, and then he would have got the money. You can't get your ass kicked by some random dude and then be like, yeah, I need more money.
All right, well, pay me now.
You're right. So he's gonna be like, and you lost the fight, and you're gonna lose this one too. Like, come on, man. Yeah. Hey, if y'all got one better, man, let me know.
No, that's the case right there.
Oh man! All right, Gunner, you got a nominee?
What? Why would I have anybody else other than this dude, man? Like, first of all,
there's more than one dummy of the week.
There's nobody else, zero, zilch, no one that has done anything more stupid. Dude. Even our president. Think about that. Think about this.
We thought
we have the dumbest president in the history of this 200-year crazy country. And we've had some stupid presidents that have done some stupid things. And I'm like,
we thought
we've had a dumb president, like the end. And this Bama done beat him at Dummy of the Week. That's a crazy feat. That's a feat. This Bama gonna write a check for $3,500 that he probably should have just paid the negotiator for, asking for a raise. I'm like, well, if you got $3,500 to pay somebody to beat you up, you don't need a damn raise, right? Right. Yeah. That's it. Like, what else do you? I mean, there's nothing else. There's nothing else, man. And then he gonna look at his mugshot, he gonna look like Hollywood Squares on his mugshot. I'm like, come on, man.
Jesus.
I mean, I've worked with a narcissist before, man, and that's textbook narcissism. He's like, yeah, I got caught. Now I'm more popular. That's exactly how he's thinking. I don't care. I see it in his eyes. He doesn't care. Man, I did not watch that Good Morning America joint until today, right? This morning.
Oh, God,
and I'm like, this dude is killing this for attention. Dang. I don't like people coming on, I don't want to revisit issues and stuff like that all the time. You going on Good Morning America to do what exactly? You know what I mean? Because them Bamas will put on, them and like NBC, they'll put on the kid with the manga hat, taunting the Indian dude, because that's what they were doing. I don't care what anybody says. Screw Covington, by the way. The entire place. Anyway, but this Bama, there's just no other dummy of the week. This dude might be dummy of the month, actually.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Dummy of Black History Month. You gonna do this on Black History Month too?
Right.
Now, you know what I mean? Black people we can't cry wolf. We're not allowed to cry wolf. I'm just reading a column by an old colleague of mine in the Cincinnati Enquirer. Like, this dude, it's true. We can't cry wolf anymore. Or we can't cry wolf, period. We're not allowed to. And now no one's going to take us seriously anymore, as if they did in the first place, right? Like, you know what I mean? You got old school Emmett Till, like, it was like, yeah, that chick is still, sitting on her couch? Or she died?
She did.
Cancer. Yeah. Oh, she died?
Yeah.
I thought she died. Oh, I thought she was still sitting on her couch like, yeah, dang, this Jussie Smollett dude pulled a me. Nah, she did. Okay. But, yeah, seriously. So I'm just like, there's nobody else, man.
All right. Okay. Javon, you have any suggestions?
As far as dummy, of course, Jussie takes the cake. But my hero of the week is Tristan Thompson.
Come on, man. He was going to be my dummy of the week.
Seriously, I had that queued up, man.
Well,
all right, but I have another nominee.
Call
for
him
dummy.
dummy.
So go ahead.
Why is he a dummy of the week? He cheated on a Kardashian. That's like par. Par for the course.
All right, Javon,
I'm
go for
calling
it.
him hero. Y'all can call him dummy. I mean, you know.
I don't understand how he's a dummy, though.
Yeah.
I'm not calling him a hero because, come on, I'm a married man. But
right.
You know,
I'm calling him hero because he's
You're about to lose your wife as a subscriber, too.
Right.
She's like, wait, you were on a date with some girl? Now you're telling me this?
Wait, what? No, I'm calling him hero because he got out of that crazy train. He got off the crazy train.
He's still there, though.
Well, he's not gonna be, like, seriously, he's not as invested as you or any of us would be, and anybody on this podcast would be, right?
Okay, Javon.
He'll throw some money at it, and he'll be weekend dad once or twice a month, maybe.
Okay,
throw some money at it.
Hold on.
Am I
wrong? But I mean, maybe this is because I'm old. But that little girl he's dating really looks like she's about 15.
Probably.
I'm just like, and now Kylie looks all of like, well, whatever age plastic is these days. Yeah. But
wow,
she's got a receipt.
I mean,
wow.
I'm sure she feels very good about herself, and she's got a legion of fans that appreciate the way she looks. So she's happy.
She's sitting on several $100 million. Yeah,
she's like almost a billionaire.
Yeah, nobody's crying for her.
Self-made billionaire, by the way.
Yeah, self-made, all her. Yeah, nobody's crying for her. No.
She was self-made by Ray J Shot.
Well, the whole family was, but you know.
That was the shot that was the shot that made an empire.
Actually,
too bad it didn't work for Ray J.
Ray J should literally trademark that as the money shot. That right there.
Yeah, Ray J got money off the Vivid situation, and then he had to shit. That's what the whole lawsuit was kind of about. Like, he went and sold his joint, so he made money off the original joint.
In the long run, who made the most money? Let's say
Ray J got that quiet money.
Yeah, quiet as in we don't hear it. Yeah,
right. Quiet as
in dude.
Ray J.
Hey, Jeff. For the love of Ray J.
Oh wow, yeah. VH1 showed it. That two guys, the same kind of show that two guys who were cast members on Who Wants to Do It to a reject from the Flavor of Love show were on, Jeff. No. Look it. Kim Kardashian put her no talent family on. She has no talent, okay?
Yes, she does. She can string words together and take something.
Okay. All right.
If you saw the video, there's some talent.
There's some talent there, huh?
But
yeah,
I mean,
she built an empire off that tape.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm not.
Hey, God, I'm glad the Chicago police don't want your cell phone.
Say what again?
I'm glad the Chicago police isn't asking for your cell phone.
Lord, if anybody asks for my cell phone, gonna get run over by the car.
We may know somebody who's had to throw a phone against a wall to destroy all evidence.
Yeah, shout out to that brother. Anyway,
so my current count, we've lost 3 or 4 subscribers on this show.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so all right, so that was your hero for the week. Okay.
Oh yeah, Tristan Thompson for getting out.
He got out and didn't even need a flash. All right, Chase.
I'm actually gonna. I might have to. I think there's always more money to be made by sticking around those three or however many cuckoos there are. Is just as long as you don't sip any tea they give you, you're fine.
Nah, man.
But I mean, if you get a tea, you see them start twirling around, just run. I mean,
Yep.
So
Chris
maybe
got that twirl on point. He said, "Ting ting,"
oh,
and
no.
freaking Kanye is gonna meet with freaking Trump just for the hell of it.
Are you my daddy?
There's other things I could say, but I'll leave that alone.
Oh man.
All right. So
I'm
my
not even
nominee for Dummy of the Week is Jordan Woods. Now that is the young lady that Tristan Thompson hooked up with. Now the deal why I nominated her is because she is Kylie's best friend. So this is from the world of I'm Never Gonna Get Caught, the book and novel that's soon to be adapted to a Lifetime movie from Jussie Smollett's life. How does she sleep with her best friend's sister's husband and not expect to get caught?
No. How does she not just expect to just be a nice hanger-on and randomly get thrown a couple millions of dollars just for doing
lives
nothing?
with Kylie. Like, she had to leave the house. I mean, you're getting paid Kardashian hanger-on money to do absolutely less than nothing. I mean, they do nothing. So you get paid to do less than nothing. You live with her. Why would you jeopardize your home for Tristan Thompson?
But hey, his money will be around long after Kylie's is. Never mind.
I gotta think.
I got nothing.
Lip fillers make big bucks, unlike Tristan Thompson's niece. Maybe they should put some lip filler in his niece.
All that stuff's par to me, man. That whole scene is trash, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man.
But if you're a hanger-on,
yeah,
you should understand your role. Like, I mean, like you
got tired of being a
you gotta be the
hanger-on.
goon. If you're a dude, you gotta be the goon. If it's a girl, you gotta be sure to take the selfies, make them look. I mean,
if you're nobody, James, I get it. But I'm Tristan Thompson. I play in the NBA. I'm a big man in the NBA. I'm gonna make $15 million a year from now until my knees just pop out of socket. I'm good.
I'm talking about Jordan because she has no talent and is done absolutely
Jordan. No. I'm talking about Tristan. She's an idiot. She's an idiot.
Yeah.
Now, at that point, do you just like hope? You're like, okay, I have one hope to actually still be able to cash in on this. Is I need him to knock me up as soon as possible so I can get on the Real Basketball Housewives as soon as possible.
I think maybe she should do a tape. And that way it could really come full circle. Ooh,
I had the exact same thought.
He's dumb.
I had the same thought when I read it. I was like, maybe she was just trying to get on one of them other shows, right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That whole
you gotta be a baby mama to get on them. You can't be just regular hanging on.
What happened to go to college? Damn. Why would they just go to college and get a damn job, man? There's families out here, man.
Hey, what is worth? That's pretty dumb. Come on. He likes to make children. He just goes around making people wherever he goes. Why not? He can make another person with her. Shit.
Yes.
He's not Dwight Howard.
Ooh.
Who's another idiot?
Hello. I'd like to purchase a box of condoms.
No.
Dummy the week before we started the podcast. Wasn't he? Like,
what is this thing you speak of, condom? What is that?
What's that, Hobbit? All right, so
whole birth before you impregnate her. You know, I thought you meant control the birth. Birth control. Got it.
We're out of control. So maybe some of us will watch the YouTube highlights of the Oscars. Next week, I think we're going to go with the best and worst of Quentin Tarantino because I'm very curious to hear what y'all say about that one. So that's going to do it for this episode because we've gone on for a minute. Thank y'all out there for listening. Fellas, thank y'all as always. This episode allows Movie Files